Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. Today we're talking about how can somebody have such an empty soul? Are they born or made? What is a narcissist? So narcissists are kind of created. During their lifetime, as they're growing up, they have an imbalance, usually between two parents or caregivers. One overcompensates, and one is usually extremely strict or stern. And as a child, they get really off balance. So they don't know how to handle it. They have the two extremes and they just want to be in the middle. So whenever they feel love, they're so used to the two different types that they don't know how to find that balance. And it's just too extreme. So they shut down and they are unable to come back from that because they're so used to being in that childlike state that they stay there. So if you notice, different narcissists have different severities. Some of them are mild, some of them go to extremes. And it's all about manipulation. As childs, that's how they usually get what they want. They manipulate, they put on a good show, like they'll act really good for a little bit. They don't want to act good. They're just trying to get what they want. After they get what they want, a lot of times they revert back. So the narcissist is kind of stuck in that. So they're not born that way. But as they go through life, they didn't fill their soul with the love that they needed. So they filled their needs instead of their heart. So when they start filling their heart, it kind of scares them and they don't like it. It's just extremely uncomfortable. And as time goes by, they get stuck in their ways. They're used to things that work. They learn to study people. They know how to achieve what they want to achieve, and that's just the fuel. So they have an empty soul. They're not craving love. They crave adoration. They love adoration. And as empaths, we kind of put love with that. And they don't express themselves the right way. They put on a facade. They overcompensate, just like a little kid wanting candy. They will be extra good. They'll sit extra good, extra straight. And so when they go through that love bombing stage, they're being that little kid trying to really prove that they deserve whatever it is that they want. And then they start throwing temper tantrums when they don't get it because it should have worked. Why isn't it working? And they'll try to control us because they need that supply. They don't like love. It's uncomfortable. They like adoration. And that's where the difference is. Because it's kind of like right now, if I said, hey, fall in love with me, it doesn't just happen. You're like, what? So when you ask a narcissist who is in love with you to love you, it's not something they can just do. So I hope that analogy made sense. It's like just presenting it to you. Are you going to fall in love with me? So that's what we're doing with narcissists. We're like, just interact with us. And it's like, I have no desire to do that. They just want what they can get. And it's a really hard concept to understand how somebody could be so empty inside and to not want to fill their heart with love. But they're stuck in that adolescent stage or juvenile stage. And the different severities is just like different children. Different children are at different developmental stages. So wherever yours got stuck is kind of where their reactions are going to be, how they're going to interact with you, what they're going to expect, how they're going to manipulate. And just be aware that it's a foreign concept to them. It's a foreign concept to them. And no matter what we do, no matter how we try, a lot of times it just makes it worse. Just like a parent telling that kid, sit down, sit down, sit down. And a lot of times the kid just acts out more because they don't like being told what to do until it gets to that extreme breaking point and then it'll snap and the kid will follow the rules. So that's the same with the narcissist. When we try and try and try until we get to our breaking point when we're about to leave, a lot of times that's when they snap back into, all right, I have to do things the right way. And it's just an act. It's just to get what they want. And they'll push the buttons to get the fuel. They love to argue, even if it's a passive way of arguing, whether it's a silent treatment or manipulating you into thinking you're crazy. So maybe you might go sulk that you guys just got in an argument so he can now go out on the town. He purposely started a fight, or she did, to get their way, to get what they wanted. And it's not fair to us to all of a sudden have this argument that didn't need to be an argument, and it blows our mind. We get confused on why is this happening? And we try to keep things calm, and they just get out of hand, and it's just the empty soul wanting what they want, not caring what they have to do to get it or how it affects us. So please like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow where we help and heal one day at a time. See you soon.